Okay, here we go. So welcome everybody. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Annie Alexander, and we have some other directors here on the call. Tegan, you want to wave? Tegan and Danielle. Awesome. And we have brand new team leader, Joanna. She is on the phone calling in. So yay, welcome to her. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woo woo. So team leader, her paycheck last month was 40% of her personal sales and then 12% on her direct team members. So that is super exciting when you get that on the 12th of January. It's a good way to start out the year.
That'll help pay for Vegas.
There you go. Exactly. And then after you go there, it'll like quadruple. Whenever you go to a leadership training, I mean, you learn so much that you'll be able to implement when you get back. So that'll be awesome. So, and that's a great point. Anybody that hits first month team leader numbers in January, you have the opportunity to go to Vegas for a leadership conference. So if you at all, when I said that, had this thought in your head like, ooh, well, that might be interesting, then please talk to your upline leader, because normally what happens is you have that little thought of, ooh, and then you're like, well, there's no way I could do it. So if you just said that to yourself, like, you still need to call your upline leader, because there's something in there that you need to just work out and see what is it that intrigues you at all about going. So it'll be awesome. I'm super excited about getting there and being there. So team leader, 3,500 in team sales, you plus two others, all with a minimum of $350 for the month. Did I leave anything out of that, you guys? Those are the qualifications for team leader. 3,500 as a team, and then you plus two others have to be at 350. And those two others don't have to be direct recruits to you. They can actually be in a downline. So if it was me and then Tegan and then Danielle, everyone would count for my two, okay? So do you guys want to hear some numbers? Who likes numbers? You want to hear some results from December and last year? So we had 22 new reps in December, which is awesome. It's an increase over prior year. Last year we had 17. So December is a super hard recruiting team building month. So that was exciting and encouraging to see. And then huge number of our December sales for our org, we had a 30% increase in sales per rep that was selling. So that's a huge increase. So that was super exciting to see too. And then total, this is like mind-blowing, mind-numbing, at least to me anyway, but total organizational sales for everyone in our org for 2017 was $1.4 million. Like $1.4 million. It's crazy.
That's a lot of taco seasoning.
That's a lot of taco seasoning. But what I really love is when I break that down to an average order is about $70. That means 20,000 families. And some of those are obviously probably reorders, but to just make it simple, 20,000 families that we've been helping across America. So, and we're not even like, that's barely tapping the iceberg. I mean, that's just nothing. So there's so much potential that we have. And that is a 24% increase over 2016. Okay. So everything was up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are some of our organizational numbers and just some things to be excited about. But I would love to hear from you guys specifically, like, what are you excited about? What did you see happen in December? What do you have going on in January? Let's do some excitement from you guys. What's going on?
Who's going to go first?
I'll go.
Go, Mallory.
I'm super excited for January. I have 3 parties booked. That's the most parties I've had booked in 1 month. I'm so stoked.
Awesome.
My December didn't end exactly the way I wanted to, but I feel that it's not going to happen again. So
Awesome. That is super exciting. So before those parties, go to the training, the anniealexander.net/training, and be sure to do the hostess coaching during this time. And then right before you do the parties, make sure and do like how to get parties booked at your parties.
Yep.
Like
I all booked off of my one party that I had in December. So
perfect. And maybe go back to Tegan talked about how she did. She took her little like hostess packets, and whenever, you know, she had 4 or 5, depending on how many people were there. And then once she gave them all away, then what did you give away? Like free shipping. Someone got free shipping at the party that night from their order. So, yep.
So did we do a show of hands and who all is going to be and or has a desire to be in Vegas next month?
Okay. Nope. Oh, wait, what'd you just say? Yeah. Talk to your upline. Make it happen. Talk to your upline leader. That's who you want to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And figure out how to make it happen. And if you guys feel like you need more help, then just keep going up the chain until you reach Tegan, Danielle, or I. Okay. So awesome.
What else?
To go back to Mallory's statement about December, I know it's your first year. December's a hard month. I mean, there's a lot going on. You're talking about like holiday specials and all of that, but just to give you a frame of reference, our organization, Team Blaze, knocked it out of the park in November with like 45,000 in sales or something. I mean, we skyrocketed above like our best month, and I think we ended December at like 21,000. So if that gives you any indication of just it being a really hard month, which is just why it's amazing that Joanna hit in December. It's ridiculously crazy. So, you know, year over year, you'll start to see that fluctuation. And so it's great to have goals. And of course, we don't want to discourage, we want to keep people. But the number one thing in December is if you did something every day, those seeds are planted, which you can then, you know, reap what you sow in the next 30, 60, 90 days after December in the first of the year when everybody kind of calms down from Christmas. So that's what you'll start to see. You had a party in December, you booked parties, but a lot of times people are like, I know I'm this way. I'm like, I can't even think about it till after Christmas, you know? So as long as you do something every day in the slow months, you'll see the fruits of that labor, you know, going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What else? Who else has some exciting things they want to share?
I am excited to get a wild tree delivery any day now.
Yay.
I'm waiting with bated breath. I know. I ordered, so I just joined a couple weeks ago, right, Tegan?
Yep.
Something like that. Yeah. Just joined a couple weeks ago and just ordered a ton of products and the Around the World kit that I'm going to try in my own kitchen. So I'm excited to get that going. And then at the end of this month, I will be hosting my first workshop.
Yay.
Yeah. So
Welcome.
I'm excited for that. So I'm just now starting to, you know, talk to friends and family about Wild Tree and getting excited about it. And I'm in the middle of of Annie's training. So lots of exciting stuff, just learning about the company.
Yeah, perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what a great month to host too. With
Yeah.
diagnosis and all kinds of good stuff going on.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it'll actually work out nicely. My my pastor's wife is due at the end of this month, so we're getting all the ladies together at my church, and then everybody will donate one of their meals to put in their freezer. So it'll be nice.
Perfect.
Yay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome. Anyone else? Last call.
Y'all are quiet.
I know. Everyone has their New Year hangover, or they're all eating so healthy and they're going through like the phase of can't more. Yeah, like, where am I? Which we had the chicken, the whole chicken from the keto menu tonight, and it was amazing. Like, everyone else wanted seconds, and the kids want it for school tomorrow for lunch. So it was
Nice.
definitely a win.
How are the other meals in the keto? Has anybody tried all of them?
There are people within Wild Tree who have tried all of them. I have not tried all of them yet. So, but I've been seeing.
Yeah,
like,
I was just looking at that menu.
Yeah, we
It
have
looks good.
our wellness group going on right now, and people are making them and posting. And so far, everything that they've posted has been good. So there's a macadamia fish something that they said is amazing. So I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we have quite a few keto people out here in Phoenix. I'm sure that's kind of everywhere, though.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. All right. Mark your calendars, you guys. January 20th, Saturday night. I think we said 6 o'clock. Is that right, Danielle? Do you guys remember? 6 o'clock. We're going to do potluck, games, red elephant gift at my house. So if you're not local, if you have a team that is local, why don't you guys get together and do it with your team at your house or at the church or wherever you guys can. Get together and do something with your team in your area. Okay? So we're just literally, it's just going to be potluck. Then we'll play, I don't even know, Tegan's the game master. So if you need help coming up with games, I did get some of those things you put in your mouth, and I had a whole bunch of those. So that we might play that. We played it on New Year's Eve. So, but yeah, so that'll be fun. And then red elephant gifts mean, white elephant is like some trashy thing you're never going to use again, right? Usually. The red elephant is something you kind of get out of your your re-gifting closet that you got and just isn't right for you, or you already had one, or something around your house that just you're tired of, but it's really cute and you want to give away. That's what a red elephant gift is. So that's what we're going to do.
Not something crappy.
What'd you say?
But not something crappy.
Not something crappy. Something that you like.
Yeah.
Somebody else would like. Yeah. So like a good example would be, hang on. Like I have this pretty candle. It's beautiful. It says inspire on it. This would be a great red elephant gift. But I love
was going to joke and say, hey, I gave that to you. I'm just kidding.
I just got this for my birthday, so I'm not giving this away. My girlfriend gave it to me, but this would be a great example of something. So, all right. So January 20th, get that on your calendar. And then in 2018, you guys, we just want to streamline as much as possible. So Tegan and Danielle and I have been working together really closely just to make things more cohesive for everybody, just hopefully quicker, less time consuming, just everything that we can do. And if you guys have ideas for that, please, please, please reach out to us. Let us know what your ideas are, because we are always looking for, just new ideas, different things to implement. So a couple of things you guys have probably already noticed. We have our Facebook groups all combined now into one, which is awesome. So you get, the energy from all the different leaders on there. And I love it. I think it's fantastic. And it helps all of us. Everyone gets to see what other ideas are. It's just, I love it. So that's one thing we've done. You'll see the new newsletter called the Wild Tree Weekly that's coming out. It's usually 3 to 5 minutes, if that, of like a quick video or just a quick tidbit to plug into your business. So quick, easy, but hopefully that's really helpful for you guys. So it's not some long, hour-long training that you have to do. It's literally like 3 to 5 minutes once a week, and that's it. So be sure to watch for those. I post them on our team page, and then as directors, we can email those out as well. Okay, so watch for those to come. On Thursdays, you should be receiving an email from Wild Tree Corporate. And the information that's in there is super, super important. So please, please, please watch for those on Thursdays or Friday mornings if you want to, and make sure to read through those in detail. It has, all the information that's coming up, like when corporate shut down for different reasons, like year end, there was a bunch with the holidays, things like that, just things that are going on, incentives that they're doing that you'll want to watch for, just everything. So be sure you're watching for that Thursday email from Wild Tree Corporate. And if you are not getting that email, please send something in to rc@wildtree and let them know you're not getting that email. Okay? Let's see, what else? Oh, one other thing I was going to say on the Facebook group. The easiest way to go to Facebook, I was talking to some people, sorry, I'm jumping all around. I'm like total squirrel tonight. I was talking to some people and they were saying they were like scrolling through Facebook to find what was posted in our group. And I said, hold, time out. You can make a shortcut from our group. So if you're looking at our group page at the very top, like where the banner is with the picture on the top, there's like 3 little dots and you click that and it says like add to shortcuts. And it will actually put it over on the left-hand side of your screen. And you just click that and boom, you're on our page. So once a day at the end of the day or once in the morning, just once a day, you can pop on our page and in 5 or 10 minutes see everything that's gone on that day. So super fast. So if you do not have that set up as a shortcut, please get that done. It'll just save you a ton of time so you're not getting distracted with everything else that's on Facebook when you're trying to, work your business really quick in the time that you have. So I would also recommend passing that on to your team members and just making sure they're aware of that shortcut. Okay, and then Danielle did this awesome image that has all of our team meetings scheduled. We're gonna do one a month at night, and then a couple, or one, I can't remember, one a month during the daytime. So hopefully we can reach a variety of people. For those people that work full-time and can hop on at night, and those people that can't hop on at night, sometimes they can hop on in their lunch hour. So be sure to look at that image and get those all plugged into your calendar, into your teammates' calendar, okay? A lot of the people that are on this call I see are leaders or leaders in training. So that's something that is really important for you guys to do, is to make sure that your team is getting all the information, okay? Something else we're gonna be doing is just celebrating more, celebrating you guys and things that are going on. So we started in November with that cool newsletter that's all about celebration. So watch for that again. And then we're gonna be doing some other things that'll be more of a surprise coming up soon. So that, I think, is kind of all the highlights I wanted to do on how we're kind of streamlining everything, making it simple, making it easy. And then Tegan's gonna talk about kind of what's gonna go on in the next 30 days from a business perspective. And then Danielle's gonna touch on 60 days out and 90 days out, because our business runs kind of on that 90-day cycle. So what you're doing now is gonna affect, the next 60 to 90 days too. So that's why we wanna be able to touch on this on all of our team calls that we do at the beginning of the month. Like Danielle said, it's not gonna be a specific day. We're more basing it on when the month ends and when the next month starts and things like that instead. So we can paint this picture for you guys of what's really important to be watching for right now and what's really important to be thinking about for the next 60 and 90 days. So Tegan, you want to take it away?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so first up, coming up in the next 30 days is something that's actually already been happening for the last 2 weeks, which is our bonus hostess credit. So January is this pinnacle time in our businesses. It's super, super hot. Everyone wants to kind of reset, set some New Year's resolutions, get healthy again, get back in the gym, reevaluate what they're doing in the kitchen, and that's where we come into play. So really taking this time to look at, like Annie mentioned, your 90-day cycle, looking at your calendar for the next 90 days and seeing where there are holes that you want filled, and then taking the time to reach out and fill them. So right before this call, I had posted a tips on Tuesday, so check that out. It just has an exercise I did that I was blown away about. And I think it'll really help with this piece also. With the bonus hostess credit, it works in a couple different ways. The first way is when you hit $500, you get 1.5 times credit. So basically, instead of $100 in hostess credit, your hostess will be earning $150 in hostess credit. And then when you reach $700, it goes to double hostess credit, which means $280 for a $700 party. So then those amounts just continue to increase. So remember, when you're inviting or hostess coaching and having your hostess invite her guests, or when you're inviting, if you're the hostess and the rep on an event, that you're really inviting for 3 different reasons. You're inviting people to come assemble meals, you're inviting people to come see what Wild Tree's all about and shop the catalog, and you're also inviting people who live anywhere in the nation or who cannot make it locally that evening to shop that hostess's shopping link. So we should see our parties increase when we're focusing on it in that 3 reasons why you're inviting to an event. So again, that's for a workshop, is kind of those 3. So bonus hostess credit, $500, $700, and then it increases. And again, if you need something on your calendar, host something yourself. This is a perfect time to do it, especially with this wellness challenge coming up. And then kind of the second part to the bonus hostess credit is that all of our stuff ships in advance, right? So we need to be ordering stuff before our workshops. So with the bonus hostess credit, what's nice is that, you're like, oh, it's January 2nd. My month is already filling up. I don't know how many more events I can pack in January. Then don't pack them in January. Pack them in the first half of February and just order by the 31st at midnight Pacific time. That's kind of the goal here. So really, you can book out halfway through your February and order it by January 31st, and you're still taking advantage of that bonus hostess credit and really servicing your hostesses and yourself in that way. So book your own. Map out your next 90 days, fill those holes up that you want booked, and know that you have really until February 15th for that bonus hostess credit to take effect. Then the second thing is the wellness challenge. So for those of you who are doing the wellness challenge that's effective right now, that runs the 1st through the 10th, I am excited to be tracking with the group and seeing how it's going. So then we can, oh, I'm on a call. Nope, leave my room. Oh. Thank you.
We're watching a pilot movie.
Okay. Thank you. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, my 4-year-old is never wearing clothing. So that just happened. Wellness challenge. I'm excited to be watching everyone kind of get back to this reset mode and challenge themselves with healthy eating. I think that this setup that Annie and Kathy have pioneered and just really slaughtered in a very fantastic way for the entire company, it's phenomenal. So the second round runs is starting ordering right now. So you're talking about with your customers. We're in this kind of the sales pitch mode right now. So you have until the 8th to get your orders kind of set, and the 9th enter them, or the 9th get your order set, order by the 10th, and then add them to the Facebook group on January 15th. Don't add them to the Facebook group before that, because they're going to be seeing kind of the same repetitive posts. We want them to have this fresh look on this group. So for the second round that runs January 22nd through the 31st, we're adding them to the Facebook group on January 15th. So that was a lot of dates. It's all mapped out on the organization Facebook group page. So reference it there, but just know that this first round is underway. The second round, you're in the marketing pitch right now. So you are reaching out to your people, seeing if they're interested. You're getting their names and their invoices sent, or the link sent to them to order their workshop kit from. And then on the 10th of January, you'll want to have those orders entered. Yeah. So does anyone have anything they want to add about this challenge? I feel like this is something that is really big for us. I know back in August we did that 30-day one that Danielle ran. This one's a 10-day challenge, and it's definitely more geared towards this reset mode of just getting back in the swing of the menu planning and getting giving your body that reset chance, that 10-day window to just be healthy and start your New Year's off in the right direction. So does anyone want to add anything to that?
I feel like this time of year is when you see quote unquote shake companies, and I know I drink smoothies every day, lots of us drink shakes, but those companies are really obviously honing in on the same messaging, and some of those systems, you guys, cost $200, $300, $400 to do like a system of shakes and supplements. I think really focusing on this is whole food. This is real food. You're not depriving yourself. You're not starving yourself. You're not having to rely on shakes. Not that you want to like do it in a way that's talking bad about that, but I think if you, how many times have you heard people say, well, I don't want to drink shakes or whatever. Like I want to get healthy, but I want to do it the right way. And that's what we're talking about, the right way. Like focusing on the whole body, you know, eating whole natural foods, staying hydrated, getting good sleep, just the whole picture. So if people are willing to spend $200, $300, $400 on these shake systems, you know, ours is a fraction of the cost and comes with, you know, a support group that does not cost extra, and a lot of knowledge when it comes to menu planning and avoiding, you know, overpriced grocery bills and eating out at overpriced restaurants. So I think really practicing that messaging and being really good at delivering the message of what we provide, so it doesn't sound salesy, I guess you could say, you know, and listening for keywords that people are saying that, you know, watch on social media and listen to people. And when they're talking about, I just feel so bloated and I've been trying to follow this diet and it's not working or whatever. I mean, so much of it is listening and paying attention to people and being able to meet them where they are, because we have a variety of ways to do that. So I think it really just takes a lot of practice to get your self-confidence to the point of understanding what we provide. So, and then you'll get out of your own head as far as, oh, you know, I'm selling them taco seasoning. It's not that. I mean, everyone looks to get healthier this time of year. They feel like crap from eating too many Christmas cookies. They're bloated, they feel sick, you know, whatever. So here's a way to do it without buying an overpriced quote unquote system that's going to sit on their shelf. So that's all I have to add.
Yeah. Perfect. Love it. And don't feel like you're behind the 8 ball at all. Like we started inviting January 1st, 2nd. I haven't done a thing yet to invite for this next round, but you guys, what we are seeing in the first round, because we really didn't push it too hard in the first round. Like I made one post on my Facebook page, I think I only did one post. And so I only had 7 or 8 people join this time. But what I'm seeing happening is like one lady posted on her page what she was doing. And just from that, I already have 6 people interested in the next round from her one post. And she only has like 150 friends. So it's not like she has 2,000 friends and 6 people want to do it. She has 150 friends and 6 people. And that was this morning. So just, we're seeing a lot of, you know, a rolling effect. And so I think with this next one, it'll be even bigger. And then if those people start referring friends, it's going to roll into your February, and then hopefully that'll roll into March, you know, so I think it's just going to be the snowball effect that happens. So right now it appears to be going really, really well. So we're super excited. So.
Love it. And again, all the information is provided on the organization for that. So
all the all the posts for Facebook, even right now, the early posts, all that stuff's out there for you guys.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. And then kind of last but not least with my little piece here, in order to kind of circle back around to the bonus hostess credit, if you are missing a gap in your schedule or in your calendar and you want one more thing, another good suggestion would be a mystery hostess event. So it would basically be you hosting your own event and you inviting your own guests to it, and everyone who purchases a bundle would go into a drawing to earn the hostess credit for that workshop well, not really the full hostess credit, but to cover their bundle essentially. So if you have 8 people, their names would go into a hat, and then one of those 8, their kit would be put under the hostess credit. So it's just a fun way to kind of incentivize people. It actually works a lot of times, which is really fun, and kind of gives that dangling carrot and something unique that you can do in your business. So of course, that's as per business owner, you can choose to do that or not. You can also give away the hostess credit from that workshop. So draw names and kind of divvy that out based on who's coming. So that's what I have for you for the next 30 days. And Danielle's up with the next 60.
Okay, so as the directors, when we met virtually a few weeks ago, we were talking about how a lot of times it feels like we're scrambling, all of us. We're all busy women, most of us moms, and, we're just trying to get through the day. And unfortunately, that doesn't work when you're looking at a global business opportunity. So like global meaning overall, because if you're just focused on like today, which we always say, just one day at a time, one small chunk at a time. But at the same time, what I feel like happens if you just say, just focus on today or the next week, or, doing the little things, then if you have a bad day, unfortunately, it's really easy to throw your hands in the air and quit. I've seen it a million times, people that had so much potential that they weren't seeing the long term. So they weren't seeing that, okay, this may be a bad day or a bad week or a bad month. We all have them. Mm-hmm. But looking at the long haul. So we were talking about how our business really is a 30, 60, 90 days. So if you do your 10 calls a day, or whatever that looks like for you in terms of new contacts, you break that up between new contacts, follow up, interest, breaking that up and making contacts every day, you're really not probably going to see like an immediate result. I think most of you have heard me tell the story that, at my tasting, I had 2 people. Would have been really easy for me to just put my hands in there, but I knew like I had to stick with it for a while. So in that first year, I earned a free trip for 2 to Costa Rica. And so things obviously turned around, but you have to be able to look down the road. So what you're doing now is going to pay off in the next 30, 60, 90 days. I still have people from my initial Facebook post 3 years ago that I said, I'm going to have this freezer meal workshop. People that were interested in hosting 3 years ago who still have not hosted, who still tell me they're interested. That's crazy, you guys. And at some point, it's just like, okay, write them off. But you can't focus on that small list of people. You just have to keep putting people in the funnel. And then, you'll see that come to fruition. So what you have to do is really open your planner and don't look at, okay, what can I plan for January? Now that it's January 3rd, you need to be looking at January, February, March, and even into April, because some people may say, oh, well, we're remodeling our kitchen and it's not going to be done in February. Oh, great. Well, the good news, and this is one of the things that always stuck with me, and I am pretty good at seeing through people's BS, especially in like direct sales. But the one night when I ran into Annie and I finally joined Wild Tree, she was like, it was November. Okay. She would have taken a workshop from me. Had I, she's like, my schedule is really booked till February. And I was thinking, are you serious? Like, that's crazy. She has a full calendar for the next, I guarantee if I would have said, oh, well, I would do a workshop, but not till next week, she would figure out how to make it happen. But I think making it sound like what you do is so limited. Like, I only have a few spots open. If you say I have every day open for the next 90 days, people are starting to think, oh, well, why isn't she getting her calendar full? So some of that is just in, again, practicing your verbiage when you reach out to people and saying, hey, I know you've I know you've been interested in hosting. I want to let you know this is my busiest time of year and I'm really booking up. I only have like 2, maybe 3 dates left back from someone. So I wanted to see if we could get that penciled in. You had said you're getting your kitchen remodeled. I know that that's coming due soon. Do you want to pencil in for like March 15th? And creating that sense of urgency that you only have a few spots open and that 2 months from now is just fine, because you know what? Your calendar is pretty much full at this point anyway. It does not matter that your calendar is completely open. Doesn't matter. They don't know. Doesn't matter. So creating that sense of urgency, knowing that you'll book 60, 90 days out. And one of the things that I took from a training a long time ago, I don't remember who said it was, well, the great thing about a pencil is it has an eraser. so people don't feel like they can't change their mind. Now, you don't want them to, but creating that sense of, let's go ahead and snag this date, because I'm really afraid if we don't, it's going to get taken. Because I have a long list of people I'm following up with today, and you were at the top of my list. So that's another thing, is making people feel really important when you're reaching out to them, and not like, well, I just made 10 phone calls and you were next on my list. Like, hey, I thought of you today because this is going back to some initial training that we used to do with Lynn Trainer. I thought of you because why? Can you guys hear me? It says my internet connection is unstable. Great.
It went out a little bit, but it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good now.
We switched to Google Fiber and it hasn't been great. So anyway, so knowing that what your available dates are for 30, 60, 90 days out, not just for the next 30 days, and being able to go ahead and plug those dates in. So that being said, March is coming quickly. I know that sounds crazy to say since we just hit January 1. That is when most people will have spring break. So if you have children in school, or even if you don't, look at what your school district is for spring break, because if you're putting people in, right now, you're probably going to get cancellations. Because people aren't thinking about it. They're like, sure. I mean, I did that. Said that to Annie about something like, oh yeah, I can do that like March 18th. And then I realized it's my kid's spring break. We don't have plans to go anywhere, so it isn't a big deal. But be thinking about that spring break around you. Be cognizant of everybody kind of goes at different times, but it's usually in March. So when you are planning out work, ask people, have you checked your date for spring break? Is that going to impact our plan to do it on that Tuesday night or whatever? So putting that in their mind so that they're planning, because you want to have, going back to that host coaching, the best turnout possible. So you have to be proactive in thinking about what's happening in the next 30, 60, 90 days. So right now we're in January. You should be full force maximizing that bonus and double host credit time. But what happens is, if something fizzles out, I've had some before that they were excited about double host credits. Stuff just didn't work out, but they did book with me in the spring, and maybe they didn't get double host credits, but they had a great turnout and they became really good customers. So you want to stay positive for your hostesses. Like, you want to go full force with double host credits, but also at the same time, people who maybe it's not the right time for, make sure you don't frustrate them or burn them out if they can't do it during double host credit time, because spring is a great time. I mean, the change of seasons is always a good time for rejuvenation and resetting, which is why, the reset we're doing right now, it's a change of season. We'll be going into spring. So believe that. So the next thing would be Valentine's Day. I don't really know that we have anything specific for Valentine's Day, but you could put together some cute little things with like the s'mores dip, or a grilling bundle for guys, which, again, we're going into Mother's Day and then Father's Day. All of this will come really fast. So the more you can kind of brainstorm about, or maybe there's something even local in your community that's coming up that is just local to you guys that you can play on words that everybody is like really invested in, maybe some sort of festival or something like that. So sometimes it just takes creativity. But those are the things that are really coming up, is looking into March at spring break. February, to be honest, is a quick month, kind of a dead month, in all honesty. I mean, there's just not a lot that happens. Like, my wedding anniversary is the 26th. If anybody wants to send us the gifts, fine. But 7 years. Anyway, there's just not a lot that goes on other than Valentine's Day. And most people at our age, it's not that big a deal. So that's a really great month to get people. By that point in time, some people are ready to been cooped up, the kids have kind of died down. So hey, do you think you have a group of friends that would like to get out of the house? Maybe they're having some cabin fever. This would be a great time to get together, drink some sangria, meal prep, get ready for spring. So there's not a lot to talk about necessarily specific to February, but that's what the next 60 to 90 days look out. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about that? No one?
I'm going to add on a little tidbit. I remember last year in January, I don't know who all was here, but I know Tegan and Danielle and I watched and did way too much work in January. And so then we were so burnt out in February that we were like, okay, we're going to learn this lesson right now. And so this year I have my dates more spread out, so I'm not so packed into January. I'm already booking in February. So we kind of saw that happen throughout the organization, and it's probably because we set the tone at the top for that. And so we're trying to set the tone at the top this time of like, let's be more consistent versus burning ourselves out and then being kind of stuck in February and March and having to rebook our calendars. So I already have 2 bookings for February right now. So I would encourage you guys, like Danielle was saying, like make sure you've got your dates marked for not only January, but February, March, and maybe the first part of April. And literally my March looks like I usually have parties the first week of March and the last week of March, because the middle 2 is when people around here are on spring break. So that's just how, that's what my calendar looks like. And then I have early April parties. So and Easter falls April 1st, just FYI. So parties that weekend usually aren't fantastic, but anytime after that.
I was going to add on another way you could position it is if people are like me and they could hibernate like a bear during the winter. I cannot stand cold weather. Think about those Facebook parties, those people who you have to meet them where they are. If they don't want to have a gathering in the winter, a lot of people don't want to get out when it's cold. Try those Facebook parties. Even right now, try some Facebook parties, and maybe they don't hit double post credits, but set them up as a workshop. No matter what you're doing right now, set everything up as a workshop first. If you have never been taught that, it's super, super important. So even if it's tasting, set it up as a workshop first, because you can always link back to it. So you may have some stragglers that are like, oh, I wanted to order and I forgot. Oh, that's fine. That's great. We can still connect you in, especially up until the end of January time, so that you can try as hard as you can to get bonus post credits. So now would be a great time to do your own Facebook party if you want. Play on those words, like how cold it is outside. So grab a cup of hot tea and let's learn about meal planning online. I feel like a lot of people, they just don't want to leave their house this time of year. So
Yeah.
Kind of swing your verbiage either way to meet people where they are.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys. So that was kind of our tidbit of training for tonight as we're coming off break. I know it's just crazy, and I really wanted to focus for our organization on kind of our vision and celebrate where we were last year and then figure out our next 90 days. So my thought and my goal for next year for sales would be 30% over where we were this year. Since last year we were 24% over, I think our quality of rep is much higher right now than we were at the beginning of the prior year. And so I am super excited for what's coming this year, just based on the numbers that I'm seeing. So 30% over last year. So the way that you can look at that is maybe look at where your sales were last year and then figure out, okay, what would be 30% over that? And just, see what that looks like. Talk to your upline. See if that's feasible. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But there's other stuff coming down the pipe for this year that will be released in a couple of months, hopefully. And so I think that's going to help add some more excitement and some more sales to your bottom line. So that's coming. So 30%. And then just mark your calendar for the 20th for our community night that we're going to do at my house. And there's an image for that out there that Danielle did. So we'll be posting that again. And then our next team event online on Zoom is going to be January 22nd. And it's at lunchtime, like a little lunch and learn, a quick 20-minute from noon to 12:20 Central Time. Okay. 2 other things. So if anyone had on their New Year's resolution to read a book this year, I have a couple for you. One of them is called The 12-Week Year. Has anyone read this yet? It is awesome. So it talks about how if you have a annual goal, then somebody said something with chat. Oh, the lunch and learns. Okay, hang on, I'll look at that. If you have an annual goal, you'll actually you'll start really hard on it in January, and then in February and March, it kind of dies off, and you sort of think about it. And then by October and November, you're like, oh crap, I was gonna try and hit that goal. And so then you start working on it again. Well, what this does is gives you a 12-week goal. So you don't really have time to lay back and kind of let life happen like we might do in February, March, and April. Instead, you have 12 weeks to hit a goal. And it like lays out in detail if you want how to do that, but it also gives like the high level, high picture of why it's important. Anyway, this book was awesome. I actually listened to it on Audible, and then I liked it so much I bought it. So that was great. And then the other one is Miracle Mornings. I read that last January, or listened to it on Audible, and I love that one. Has anyone done that one yet? Listened to that or read it? Yeah. So that was a great one, just how to start your mornings out strong and how it sets the tone for the whole day. So those are a couple of books that we just wanted to throw out there. I just think it's super important to do, self-improvement and things like that, and just ways to help you grow. So Shannon, I saw you had a question. Oh, yeah. Yes. Danielle's on it. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome, you guys. Do you guys have any questions or anything else you want to chat about tonight?
Who's ready for a routine?
Yes.
Shannon, you ready to go back to school?
I want the routine. I just want it to start about an hour and a half later than it has to. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you all for getting on tonight. We appreciate your, dialing in to listen to us and showing up.
Yeah, for sure. Those that show up, go up. That's what Danielle always says. That's her saying. So we've taken that in as an organization. So awesome, you guys. Will have a fantastic January. We hope to see you soon and cheer each other on our team page. And Happy New Year. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.